What is a light year? Imagine just for a moment that you are floating softly in the vastness of space. The universe stretches out around you, infinitely wide, yet peaceful. It's a place where time and space seem to blend together, a place where the rules we know on Earth don't always seem to apply. But even in this quiet stretch of emptiness, there are things to understand, like the idea of distance, how far something can be. And one of the most intriguing ways we measure distance in this vast, cosmic world is through something called a light year. When we think about distances, we are usually used to thinking in terms of miles or kilometers. These are measurements we use every day to understand how far we are from one place to another. If you want to know how far it is from your home to a friend's house, you measure it in miles. But when it comes to space, distances are so vast, so much larger than anything we can measure with miles or kilometers, that those units begin to lose their meaning. In the vast emptiness of the universe, a mile is almost too small to comprehend. It's like trying to measure the distance between two stars with a piece of string. No matter how long that string is, it would never come close to the vastness between them. So astronomers, the quiet explorers of the stars, needed a different way to measure the immense distances in space. This is where the concept of the light year comes in. A light year, gently, is the distance that light travels in 1 year. It's not a measure of time like we might think, but a measure of distance. To understand it fully, we have to first understand what light is and how it moves through space. Light is a mysterious thing, isn't it? It doesn't make a sound as it moves through the vastness. It doesn't hurry, nor does it drag its feet. Light moves quietly, steadily, through the emptiness of space, at a speed that is constant, unchanging. This speed, known as the speed of light, is about 186,000 miles per second, or about 300,000 kilometers per second. But even though this is an incredibly fast speed, it's also helpful to think of light as something that travels not in an instant, but over time, as it spans the distances between the stars. Every second, light travels incredibly far. But when we try to measure the distance that light can travel in just one moment, it's hard to picture. You can imagine light as a soft stream, flowing gently through space, never rushing, always moving, never needing to pause. In a single second, light will travel across a vast stretch of space, but a second is still too short to see the grand journey it makes. So instead of thinking in seconds, we can think in years, giving us a beautiful way to measure the quiet, ongoing journey of light as it travels across the cosmos. When light travels for an entire year, that's what we call a light year. It is the distance light travels in one whole year, constantly moving, gently weaving its way through the quiet universe. Over the course of a year, light will travel about 5.88 trillion miles, or nearly 9.5 trillion kilometers. The number itself, vast as it is, almost feels insignificant in the grand, endless scope of space. But when astronomers talk about light years, they're talking about something even deeper than numbers. They're talking about how far away stars, planets, and galaxies are from us, as light slowly makes its way to our eyes, traveling through the peaceful silence of space. Now, let's think about the stars that are closest to us. Even though space may seem empty, we are not alone in it. There are stars and there are planets, but they are all separated by vast distances. One of the closest stars to us, besides our own sun, is Proxima Centauri. It's a quiet star, sitting gently in the constellation of Centaurus, about 4.24 light-years away. This is very close in cosmic terms. If you were to look at Proxima Centauri through the peaceful void of space, you would be seeing it as it was more than 4 years ago. The light that left Proxima Centauri 4 years ago is just now reaching Earth. And as you gaze upon it, the gentle light carries with it the quiet message from that faraway place, a message that has traveled through space for over 4 years. There are many stars around us, all sitting at different distances. Some are closer, like Proxima Centauri. Others are much farther, nestled deep within the vast reaches of our galaxy. And yet, no matter where they sit, all of the stars share this quiet journey of light, each one traveling, each one lighting up the darkness in its own way. But the universe doesn't just have stars that are close to us. It's filled with galaxies, massive collections of stars that are far, far away, each one stretching out in different directions. These galaxies are so distant that we measure their distances in millions of light years. One of the closest galaxies to us is the Andromeda galaxy, which is about 2.5 million light years away. Imagine that. Light from Andromeda began its journey over 2 million years ago, quietly moving through space, traveling across an unimaginable distance until finally it reaches Earth. Even farther, there are galaxies that are millions and billions of light years away. Some are so distant that we can only see their light after it has traveled for billions of years, slowly but surely making its way across the quiet, dark expanse. The journey of light takes its time, stretching out over incomprehensible distances, yet it always travels the same steady path. As we think about the distances that light travels, from our closest neighbors to galaxies far, far away, we begin to understand the grand, quiet scale of the universe. These light years are more than just numbers. They are markers of time, of distance, of the journey that light takes as it moves through the quiet, empty vastness of space. Over the course of a year, light travels quietly, steadily, never rushing, never stopping. And as it travels, it carries with it the story of distant stars, of galaxies, of the universe itself. As you drift, perhaps you can imagine that light journeying. It moves through the endless space, through the silence of the stars. It stretches across light years, bringing us a glimpse of the farthest reaches of the universe. And as it does, it brings with it a peaceful reminder of just how vast, how deep, and how endless the universe truly is. Now, as we begin to wind down, think of the gentle movement of light, its soft journey through the darkness. It has been traveling for millions, sometimes billions, of years before it ever reaches our eyes. And still, it moves, quietly, steadily, without haste. Light does not rush. It simply flows, and in that flow, it connects us to everything far away, everything distant. And in that quiet journey, we are reminded of the vastness and peacefulness of space. The idea of a light year, while simple on the surface, is a gateway into the vastness of the cosmos, a way to gently tap into the deeper layers of the universe. It's like opening a small door to an infinite space where time, distance, and light are the only things that matter. These measurements, these distances, are not just abstract numbers, but the quiet expressions of the universe, flowing gently, like a calm stream through the emptiness. We often think of time as being measured in hours, minutes, or seconds. But in the boundless space, time can also be seen in terms of light, how far light has traveled in a certain period. This approach to time and distance allows us to truly understand the scale of everything around us. But let us pause and think about the universe for a moment. What does it really mean when we say that a star is 4 light years away? When we hear that Proxima Centauri, the closest star to us besides the Sun, is 4.24 light years away, we can picture the gentle motion of light slipping across the endless void, carrying the message of that star with it. It's a soft, calm reminder that the distances between us and even our nearest neighbors are beyond comprehension. A light year does not just mean the distance that light travels in 1 year. It is a symbol of how vast the cosmos truly is. To give it perspective, it helps to imagine that light moves incredibly fast, yet its journey still spans time. So when we think of Proxima Centauri's light reaching us after 4.24 years, we realize that despite the speed of light, it takes that much time to connect us with even the closest of stars. Each second, light is moving across space, silently bridging the gap between distant stars and our eyes. Imagine now that you are standing beneath the clear night sky, and above you, the stars are twinkling gently. As you look up, each star that you see is not truly present in the way we experience time here on Earth. The light from those stars is traveling toward you, taking years, sometimes many years, to arrive at your eyes. The beautiful thing is that this journey of light is not hurried. There is no rush. It flows peacefully, moving through the vast emptiness. This peace, this stillness, is what makes the universe so mysterious and comforting at the same time. The stars above, while distant and unreachable, feel close because their light is so calm, so constant, and it arrives to us as a gift, an ancient gift that carries with it a message from another time, a time long past. Consider the stars in our own galaxy, the Milky Way. This galaxy is vast, made up of billions of stars, each one stretching across the heavens. But even these stars are separated by vast distances. The light from these stars, moving steadily, brings to us the quiet whispers of their existence, each star an island in the universe, sending its light across the great sea of space. There is a calm beauty in knowing that when we look up at the stars, we are seeing the things past. The light we see today began its journey many years ago, and the stars we see are not the ones that are currently shining, but the ones that shone so many years ago. In this way, the night sky is like a gentle window into the past. We are surrounded by light from stars that have long since moved on, and yet their light continues, just as their journey continues, uninterrupted. As we explore this idea further, we begin to feel the vastness of space in a more intimate way. A light year, gentle as it is a bridge between time and space, a bridge that carries light across the universe in an endless, soothing movement. But it's important to realize that not all light years are the same. Some light years travel across vast stretches of emptiness where there is nothing but darkness and silence. Other light years travel through the stars, past planets and moons, touching the surface of distant worlds. It is almost as if light knows where it is needed. It moves across the universe, flowing through space, its course unchanged, its path set by the natural rhythm of the cosmos. It has no sense of urgency, no sense of time. It simply flows, just as time itself flows. Consider now the light from distant galaxies. These galaxies, like the Milky Way, contain countless stars. Yet these galaxies are so far away that we measure them in millions, even billions, of light years. The light from these faraway galaxies is ancient, having traveled for millions of years before it reaches us. When we look at the Andromeda galaxy, for example, we are seeing light that left that galaxy 2.5 million years ago. Andromeda is a massive galaxy, and even though it is our closest neighboring galaxy, it is still incredibly distant. The light that leaves it is not fast, but steady, constant and unhurried. It travels across the vast emptiness, like a quiet river moving toward an unknown sea. It moves past countless stars, traveling through space in a way that we can never fully understand until it finally reaches Earth. The light from Andromeda, having journeyed for millions of years, carries with it not just the light of the stars, but the history of that galaxy. It's as if each beam of light that reaches us has its own story to tell, A story of how it traveled, how it passed by other stars, how it glided through the quiet dark. It is a story of time and space, unfolding gently, silently. Now, as we pause and reflect on the quiet journey of light, we begin to see the true beauty of light years. They are more than just a measure of distance. They are a way of understanding the scale of the universe, the vastness of space, and the steady flow of time. Each light year is a reminder that the universe is larger, quieter, and more peaceful than we can ever imagine. Imagine once again the light from distant stars and galaxies. The light that reaches us from the farthest corners of the universe is light that has been traveling for millions, sometimes billions, of years. This light has crossed unimaginable distances, and when it reaches us, it brings with it a message from the past, an ancient message from stars that have long since moved on. As you relax and drift into a calm sleep, remember that the light you see in the night sky is not just from the stars you can see, but from stars that are far away, whose light is still traveling, still on its way to you. And in that quiet journey, that peaceful passage, you are connected to everything in the universe, the stars above, the galaxies beyond, and the light that travels so slowly, so gently, across the vast distances. It is a reminder that even in the quietest, most distant corners of space, there is beauty, there is time, and there is light, always moving, always flowing, quietly, peacefully. The universe, vast as it is, continues its silent, peaceful rhythm. Light will always travel, quietly moving across the distance. And as it does, it will continue to bring us closer to the stars, closer to the galaxies, and closer to the understanding of the cosmos. It is in this calm journey that we find our place, a place where light, time, and space are one, moving together in gentle harmony. As we continue our journey through the universe, we can appreciate how vast and yet serene the cosmos truly is. The quiet rhythm of light traveling across the universe not only bridges the space between stars, but it also connects the distant past with the present, allowing us to observe the universe as it once was. In this peaceful stretch of space, every light year we measure becomes an invitation to reflect on how connected we are to the greater cosmos, a soft and steady reminder that time and distance are intertwined in a delicate dance. Imagine for a moment, as you look at the night sky, each star shining softly, silently. The light that reaches us from these stars has been traveling for such a long time. It's comforting to know that this light, this quiet stream of photons, continues on its journey through the vast, empty dark, always reaching for new places, always finding its way through the universe. There is no rush, no hurry, just a constant, steady movement, as gentle as the passing of time, in this endless expanse of space, where light years are the measure of all things. Each star, each galaxy, is just a part of the greater whole. The quiet silence between these cosmic bodies is filled only with light, moving steadily, always on its way to its next destination. It's a peaceful journey, unhurried, unending. As we reflect on this, it's helpful to think about the galaxies that are millions of light years away. Galaxies like the Milky Way, Andromeda, and many others that we know so little about. Yet they all share one thing in common. They all contain light that is steadily moving across the universe. And just like our sun, the stars within these galaxies send out their light, their energy, across vast distances. Some of the stars in these distant galaxies may have already burned out, but the light continues to travel, undisturbed, slowly making its way to us, bringing with it the echoes of a past that no longer exists. The vast distances between galaxies are staggering, even beyond what we might try to comprehend. When we look at a galaxy that is millions of light years away, we are seeing a piece of the universe as it was long ago. The light that we are seeing now left that galaxy millions of years ago. It's as if we are looking into a time capsule, not just of light, but of history itself. And in this way, light becomes more than just something we see. It becomes a window into the distant past, a quiet reminder that the universe is ever changing, yet eternally constant in its peaceful motion. Now, as we consider the distances between galaxies, let us also appreciate the peaceful quiet that lies between them. The spaces between these galaxies are not just empty, they are full of time, full of light, full of potential. These cosmic distances, though vast, are not barriers. Instead, they are part of the natural flow of the universe. Light, moving at its constant pace, carries with it the essence of the stars and the galaxies, gently filling the universe with quiet movement. The enormity of these distances does not overwhelm us. It's calming, almost reassuring, to know that the light we see from the stars and galaxies is not just the past. It's part of the ongoing rhythm of the universe. The light that we see today, from stars that may be millions of light years away, is part of an endless journey, a journey that continues far beyond what we can see, what we can imagine. It's as if we are a part of this journey too, as the light from distant stars and galaxies reaches us, connects us, and reminds us of the peacefulness of the cosmos. As we move further into this understanding, it becomes clear that space is not something to be feared or overwhelmed by. Instead, it's a place of its calm and beauty, a place where light moves quietly, endlessly, through the void, bringing with it the echoes of distant stars, galaxies, and universes. These light years are not just measures of distance, they are symbols of the peaceful journey that light takes from one star to another, from one galaxy to the next. They are gentle reminders of the quiet power that governs the universe. And as we look up at the stars, we can feel connected to them. We are not separate from the light that reaches us. We are part of this ongoing journey, part of the eternal flow of light and time that stretches across the universe. In this quiet connection, we find peace, we find comfort, and we find a deeper understanding of the universe that is so vast, so mysterious, and yet so beautifully simple. Now, as we near the end of this reflection, let us take a moment to imagine the endless journey of light. It continues, moving quietly, unhurried, never stopping, never rushing, flowing through the vastness of space. Light travels across the universe, from one star to the next, carrying with it the stories of those stars, the history of the galaxies, and the peaceful silence of the cosmos. In the quiet of this journey, we are reminded that the universe is not something distant or foreign. It is something that we are a part of the ongoing, gentle rhythm of light, time, and space. And as light travels from the distant stars to our eyes, we are connected to everything: the stars, the galaxies, the universe itself. In this quiet connection, we can rest easy, knowing that the journey of light is eternal, and we are simply a part of it, drifting gently along. As you lie back and relax, allow yourself to feel at peace with the vastness of the universe. The light that travels across the stars, the galaxies, the light years. This light will continue its journey, moving through space, bringing us the soft whispers of the universe. And as it does, it will continue to connect us to everything, to the stars, to the galaxies, and to the gentle flow of time that moves quietly, peacefully, forever. And with that, as the night sky fades into the distance, we are left with the quiet knowledge that light, slow and steady, is always on its way, always traveling, always moving, bringing with it the calm beauty of the universe. Remember that the stars are still shining, their light quietly making its way to you from billions of light years away, carrying with it the story of the universe. As we continue to drift deeper into this understanding of the cosmos, imagine the stars around us. Every single one of them, from the closest to the farthest, is sending its light through the vast stretches of space, a journey that takes years, centuries, and even millions of years. The peaceful beauty of the universe lies in this quiet journey, the ongoing movement of light, gently traveling across distances we can barely comprehend. In the soft, steady pace of light, we can begin to understand the true scale of the universe. It's not just the distance between us and the stars, but the vast emptiness between them, the quiet space that light must travel across. When we think of a light year, we are not just thinking of a unit of measurement. We are thinking of a time, a journey, a story unfolding across the endless canvas of space. The universe is filled with galaxies, some of them millions of light years away. Yet, even in their distance, we are connected to them, connected through the quiet flow of light. When light from these distant galaxies reaches us, it carries with it the history of those galaxies. It's as though we are looking through a window into the past, seeing them as they were millions of years ago. The light we see today is not a reflection of the present, but of the past, a gentle reminder that the universe is both timeless and vast, that everything is always in motion, even when we can't see it. Light travels across space, but it does not travel in isolation. It is part of a much larger system, one that includes time, space, and matter. The stars and galaxies that light comes from are all part of this grand cosmic dance, each one following its own path, each one contributing to the overall flow of the universe. Light may be the messenger that connects us to these distant places, but it is not alone. There is always something else. Gravity, motion, energy, all working together in harmony. This connection between light and the rest of the universe helps us understand that space is not just a void, a nothingness. It is filled with forces, with energy, with the quiet movement of stars, planets, and galaxies. As light travels across this vast expanse, it is not just bridging distances, it is also linking these distant bodies, binding them together in the great cosmic web. And this web, while invisible to our eyes, is always there, quietly holding everything in place. Even as light moves from one star to the next, crossing light years and galaxies, it is part of a much larger story. It is a story of motion, of change, of the constant unfolding of the universe. And just as light is the messenger of this story, we too are part of it, a small but significant part of the vast cosmos. We too are linked to this movement, connected to the stars by the gentle, unhurried flow of light. Let us return once more to the idea of light years. This simple unit of distance is more than just a measure of how far light travels. It is a key to understanding the scale of the universe, the vast distances that stretch between the stars and galaxies. Yet, in a way, it also represents something deeper, the connection between all things in the universe. It shows us that no matter how far apart the stars may be, no matter how distant the galaxies, they are all part of the same story. They are all connected by light, by time, by space, and by the forces that bind them together. And as light continues its journey across the universe, it will always be a part of that story. It will travel through time and space, carrying with it the quiet beauty of the cosmos. No matter how far away the stars are, no matter how distant the galaxies, We are connected to them through the gentle, unhurried passage of light. It is a reminder that the universe is vast, yes, but also deeply interconnected, a place where light, time, and space come together in a harmonious dance. Now, as you settle into this peaceful understanding, imagine once again the quiet journey of light. Picture it moving through the universe, gently traveling from star to star, from galaxy to galaxy, carrying with it the whispers of the cosmos. This light, though it may take millions of years to reach us, never hurries. It simply moves steadily, without pause, carrying with it the story of the universe. As you drift deeper into sleep, remember that the stars are still shining, their light still traveling across the vast distances, bringing their stories with them. And in the quiet of the night, you are connected to them, connected through the gentle, peaceful journey of light that spans the universe, never stopping, always moving, always bringing us closer to the stars. The universe, vast and silent, continues its endless rhythm. And in that rhythm, light moves on, carrying with it the past, the present, and the future of the cosmos, always steady, always gentle, always on its way to you. As the night deepens and the world around you quiets, remember the light that continues to travel from distant stars. It's a light that has traveled for millions of years, bringing with it the ancient history of the universe. And as you rest, you are connected to that light, a part of the vast, beautiful journey that continues through time and space. Let the peacefulness of the universe surround you, knowing that the light from distant stars is still making its way to us, just as it has always done. It's a gentle reminder that we are all part of something much greater than ourselves, a quiet part of the cosmic dance that continues forever, unhurried and peaceful. As you continue to settle into the calming rhythm of the universe, the gentle motion of light across space carries us even deeper into the vast, tranquil stretches of the cosmos. Each light year, like a soft whisper, echoes through the quiet, dark expanse, a bridge between moments, between stars, and between galaxies. As light travels across such immense distances, it reminds us that although space seems empty, it is far from silent. It is a vast, peaceful ocean of light and time, stretching endlessly in every direction. The stars and galaxies, though separated by vast stretches of emptiness, are united by the quiet flow of light. And this connection, this simple yet profound unity, is something that we are all a part of. We are connected to the stars, to the galaxies, to the light that moves through the universe, ever steady, ever flowing. The further we look into the universe, the more we realize how small we are in comparison to its vastness. But at the same time, there is comfort in knowing that we are not separate from it. We are a part of this grand cosmic dance where light, space, and time move together in perfect harmony. Light does not hurry, it simply travels, slowly, steadily, as if reminding us that there is no need to rush in the face of such vastness. The universe moves at its own pace, and we too move with it, gently, peacefully, always connected. Let us now consider the idea of time and how it flows in sync with the light years. Time, much like light, is not something that can be easily measured in the universe. It stretches, bends, and flows in ways that are hard for us to fully grasp. A light year represents not just a distance, but also a measure of time, a span of quiet moments that are woven together in a seamless flow. When we observe the light from distant stars, we are not just looking at where the stars are now, but where they were in the past. The light that has traveled to us has taken its time, crossing light years of space, and in that time, the stars have changed, moved, or even cease to exist. Yet the light from those stars continues to reach us, bringing their past with it. This is a peaceful concept, how time is not just measured by seconds or minutes, but by the light that has traveled through it. Light, in a way, becomes a symbol of time itself, connecting us not just to distant stars, but to the distant past. As we think about the light traveling across such great distances, we realize that it is a peaceful journey through time. The light that reaches us today is the result of an unhurried, steady journey that began years, centuries, or even millions of years ago. And yet, this light remains with us, carrying with it the echoes of the stars and galaxies that it has passed. This journey of light is not just a physical one. It is also a journey through time, carrying with it the story of the universe itself. As we look up at the stars, we are not only seeing their light, but we are also seeing the history of the universe. We are seeing moments in time that have long passed, but that continue to live on in the quiet, steady flow of light. Now, imagine the quiet emptiness between the stars, the space that light must travel through. It's easy to think of space as something barren, something empty. But in reality, space is full of potential. It is full of possibility, and it is full of time. When light travels through space, it is not just moving across a void. It is moving through the fabric of the universe, through the very structure that holds everything together. This emptiness, this quiet space, is what allows light to travel freely, unimpeded. It's a place where light can stretch across unimaginable distances, carrying with it the history and the story of everything it encounters. And as light moves through space, it connects everything in the universe, linking the stars, the planets, the galaxies, and even us. We are all connected by the same quiet flow of light, moving steadily through the vast, endless reaches of space. Now, as we gently begin to wind down, let's reflect on the soft, unhurried flow of time and light. The universe moves slowly, gently, and so do we. There is no rush, no need for urgency. Everything is moving in its own time, in its own rhythm, and all we need to do is be present in it. Light, with its steady, calming pace, is a beautiful reminder of this. It teaches us that there is no need to hurry, that all things, even the stars, move at their own pace, and that is enough. As we close our eyes, let us imagine the quiet journey of light continuing through space, through time, across light years, carrying with it the stories of distant stars, galaxies, and all the quiet beauty of the universe. And as this light travels on, we too can relax, knowing that we are part of this peaceful journey, part of the grand rhythm of the universe. The stars above us will continue to shine. Their light will continue to travel, and we will continue to be connected to them, just as we are connected to the quiet flow of time and space. In this moment, we can rest easy, knowing that the universe is vast, but it is also peaceful, and we are part of it. Let's take a final moment to truly embrace the gentle flow of light that connects all things. Space is vast, but it is not cold or empty. It is filled with the soft, continuous journey of light, traveling across light years, reaching distant stars, and bringing their warmth and history to us. We are connected to the universe not by sheer force, but by the quiet, steady motion of light, traveling over unimaginable distances, yet always reaching us, always connecting us. Light, in its eternal journey, does not discriminate between space or time. It moves unhurriedly through the vacuum of space, never rushing, never stopping, but gently making its way through the dark, empty expanse, carrying with it the story of the cosmos. As it reaches us, it connects us to stars that may no longer exist, to galaxies that have long since drifted away. The light that we see now has been traveling for millions of years, silently carrying the wisdom of the universe to our eyes, a reminder that we are part of something far greater than ourselves. Even as light travels silently across space, it brings a sense of peaceful continuity, as if time and space are not things to be feared, but rather embraced. Light has no hurry. It will reach its destination when the time is right, and it will do so gently, carrying with it all the history of the journey. As you rest and relax, let the quiet flow of light remind you that there is no rush in life, just a steady, peaceful journey that unfolds at its own pace. It is in the simplicity of light that we find a profound truth about the universe. The distance between us and the stars, the galaxies, the entire cosmos, is not just a measure of how far apart we are. It is a measure of time, of connection, of the slow, steady unfolding of the universe. Every light year we think about is more than just a number. It's a journey, a quiet, peaceful passage that moves through time and space, bringing with it all the stories of the stars, the planets, and the galaxies it encounters. When we look up at the sky, we are not just looking at stars that are far away. We are looking at light that has been traveling for eons, connecting us to distant places in the universe. The stars we see in the night sky may be millions or even billions of light years away, but their light reaches us, and in that light, we find not just distance, but connection, peace, and understanding. Let us think once more about the journey of light, traveling through the universe at its own gentle pace. Every light year, every beam of light, carries with it a story, a piece of the cosmic puzzle that we are all a part of. And while we may never fully understand the true scope of the universe, we can always appreciate the quiet beauty of the light that connects us to it. Light moves through the universe with a peaceful, unhurried rhythm. It does not rush to its destination. It moves steadily, softly, as though it knows that the journey is just as important as the destination. And in that quiet journey, we are reminded that we too are part of something much greater, something far beyond our immediate understanding. In this moment, you are part of the flow of light. You are part of the grand, peaceful rhythm of the universe, a universe that is far vaster than we can imagine, yet somehow always within our reach, thanks to the quiet journey of light. As we continue on this journey of understanding, let's take a moment to appreciate the calmness of the universe. It stretches so far and wide, its vastness so unimaginable, yet there's a peaceful serenity in knowing that it is all interconnected. The light that has traveled for millions, even billions of years, brings a sense of timelessness to our existence. It reminds us that, in the grand scheme of things, we are part of something that is far older and far grander than we can comprehend. Even though space seems endless, it is not an empty void. The quiet journey of light gives purpose and meaning to the distances between stars and galaxies. Each light year, though a measure of distance, also represents the peaceful passage of time. It's as though the universe is unfolding slowly, like a gentle unfolding of a cosmic story, where every star, every galaxy, is a part of the greater whole. This connection, though subtle, is powerful. The light that reaches us from distant stars is a quiet gift, arriving from long ago, yet it connects us to the farthest reaches of the universe. Even when we are alone in the dark, when we are far from the bustling life we know, the light from the stars is always there. It is steady. It is constant, and it reminds us that we are part of something that is vast yet peaceful, something that is constantly moving, but at its own pace. Now imagine once again the stars, each one shining from a distance, sending its light across the great emptiness of space. Some stars are very far away, But even from that distance, their light still reaches us, slowly but surely. And though we may never fully understand the true scope of the universe, there is peace in knowing that the light is always traveling toward us, bringing with it the quiet history of distant places. In a way, the light that we see from these distant stars and galaxies is a message. It's a message from the past, a message from places far, far away. Each beam of light carries with it the energy, the warmth, and the presence of a star that once shone brightly, but whose light continues to travel, always on its way to us. As we think about the stars and galaxies in this way, we begin to realize that the universe is not as distant as it might seem. We are connected to it, linked by the same quiet flow of light that moves through space. Each light year we measure, each distance we calculate, is not just a unit of measurement, it's a way of connecting with the past, with the stars, with the universe itself. Let's pause for a moment and reflect on how far light has traveled to reach us. The light that reaches us from the farthest galaxies has taken millions, even billions of years to get here. It's a peaceful journey, a slow, steady flow that brings us the history of the universe. And when that light reaches us, it's not just a flash. It's a reminder of how vast the universe is, how much it has changed, and yet, how peaceful and constant it remains. Even though we live in a world that is fast-paced, where everything seems to be rushing forward, the universe reminds us that it moves at its own pace. Light does not rush. It does not hurry. It travels quietly, steadily, and over time, it connects us to everything around us. The stars, the galaxies, the entire cosmos. All of it is linked by the quiet, peaceful journey of light. As you continue to relax, let the soothing thought of this quiet, unhurried journey wash over you. Light moves through space, crossing light years, touching distant stars, and connecting everything in its path. It is not a hurried journey. It takes its time, just as we should take our time, moving through life at our own peaceful pace. There is a calm beauty in this, a beauty in knowing that we are part of this endless, steady flow. The stars, the galaxies, and even the light itself are part of a greater rhythm, one that is constant, yet always changing. And in that rhythm, we too are connected. We too are part of this vast, peaceful universe, moving at our own pace, surrounded by the steady flow of light, time, and space. As you feel yourself drifting deeper into sleep, let the peacefulness of the universe fill you. The stars continue to shine. The light continues to travel, and the universe continues to unfold, gently and peacefully. Light is always on its way, always moving toward us, bringing with it the stories of distant stars, distant galaxies, and the timeless beauty of the cosmos. And as you rest, know that you are connected to all of this, the stars, the galaxies, the light that has traveled so far. You are part of the ongoing journey, the gentle, steady flow of the universe. Light moves quietly, steadily, always on its way, and you are part of its path, part of the peaceful rhythm of the cosmos. Rest easy, knowing that the universe is vast, but it is also calm, and you are a part of it, forever connected by the gentle flow of light. As we continue this journey of understanding, let us reflect once more on the peaceful journey of light. Light, as it travels across the universe, carries with it not just information, but the quiet energy of the cosmos. It is a steady, unwavering force, moving through the emptiness of almost space, but never alone. It is always part of something larger, a part of a grand cosmic dance that continues, uninterrupted, for eternity. The universe, though vast, is not empty. It is filled with light, light that moves across the darkness, quietly bridging the gaps between stars, between galaxies, between all that is and all that will be. The light from distant stars and galaxies has traveled for millions, even billions of years. And in its journey, it has brought with it the history of those stars, of those galaxies, of those worlds. But just as we can see the light from distant stars, we can also feel the warmth of that light. It is not just a beam of light, it is a presence, a quiet, gentle reminder that we are connected to the universe. The warmth we feel when the sun's light touches our skin is a small, peaceful echo of the vast journey that light has taken to reach us. It is a gentle connection, a reminder that we are part of something much greater. In the grand scope of the universe, we are but tiny specks, yet we are never truly alone. The light that reaches us from the stars is a reminder that we are connected to the cosmos. This connection is not just physical, it is deeper. It is a connection that transcends time and space, one that links us to the stars, to the galaxies, and to the universe itself. As we think about the stars and galaxies, it becomes clear that light is not just a means of communication, it is a means of connection. Through light, we are able to see the past, to glimpse the histories of stars that may no longer exist. Light carries the stories of those stars with it, and it brings those stories to us, connecting us to the universe in ways that we may not always understand, but that we can always feel. Each light year, as we measure it, is not just a measure of distance, it is a measure of connection, of time, of the quiet, steady journey of light as it travels across space. It is a reminder that we are part of the universe, connected by the same gentle flow of light that moves through the stars and galaxies. Now, as you begin to feel more relaxed, let the idea of light's journey settle gently into your mind. The stars are not just distant, cold objects in the sky. They are part of a larger, peaceful story, a story that is unfolding quietly, softly, with every passing moment. Light is the thread that ties it all together, moving steadily from one point to the next, never rushing, always moving, always bringing us closer to the stars. And as light moves through space, it moves through time as well. Every light year we measure is a reminder that time and space are not separate entities, but are intricately connected, woven together by the steady flow of light. The stars, the galaxies, and the light itself are all part of this cosmic tapestry, and we too are part of it. As we drift deeper into sleep, let the rhythm of light, time, and space surround you. The quiet journey of light, moving across vast distances, is a constant, reassuring presence. It is a reminder that no matter how far apart we are from the stars, we are always connected by the quiet, steady flow of light. In this moment, as you relax, know that the light from the stars continues its journey, always moving, always on its way, bringing the warmth, the energy, and the history of the universe with it. You are a part of this journey, connected by the light that reaches you from the stars, from the galaxies, from the universe itself. And now, as the peaceful rhythm of the universe flows around you, take comfort in the quiet knowledge that you are part of something much larger than yourself. The stars are still shining, the galaxies are still spinning, and the light is still traveling, carrying with it the stories of the cosmos. As you drift into sleep, know that you are connected to this eternal flow of light, part of the grand, peaceful dance of the universe. Let this knowledge, this connection, bring you peace as you rest, knowing that the light will continue its journey, quietly, steadily, always bringing us closer to the stars. As we come to the close of this gentle exploration of the universe and the concept of a light year, let's reflect on what we've learned. The journey of light is not simply about numbers or measurements. It is a peaceful, unhurried process that connects us to the cosmos in ways that transcend the ordinary. By understanding the quiet passage of light across space, we begin to appreciate the vastness of the universe and our place within it. A light year, as we've discovered, is not a measure of time, but rather a measure of distance. It is the distance that light travels in 1 year, and while that might sound simple, it reveals the true scale of the universe. To say that a star is 10 light years away is not just to speak about how far it is, it's also to acknowledge the vastness of space, where light can travel for years without even reaching us. In essence, each light year is a quiet, peaceful journey through space and time, an unhurried passage that connects distant points in the cosmos. The beauty of this measurement lies in its connection to time. A light year is not just an abstract number. It represents the steady, constant rhythm of the universe. It allows us to glimpse the past of stars and galaxies, seeing them as they were millions of years ago. In this way, light connects us to the past, allowing us to observe the universe as it once was, even though the stars may no longer exist in their original form. Their light continues its journey, undisturbed by the passage of time, arriving at us with the story of a distant past. When we think about the stars in the night sky, we are not just seeing their present light, but the light that began its journey long ago. Each star we see has sent out its light into space, and that light has traveled across light years of distance to reach us. The fact that this light can take so long to reach us gives us a sense of how vast the universe is, but it also gives us a sense of how small we are in relation to the cosmos. In the grand scheme of things, our lives are but fleeting moments, but the light from the stars, from the galaxies, continues its journey far beyond the scope of our time. This peaceful journey of light reminds us that space, though vast, is not empty. It is filled with the quiet flow of light that connects everything in the universe. It binds the stars, the galaxies, the planets, and even us, together in a cosmic web. The universe may seem infinite, but it is not disconnected. Everything is part of a larger, peaceful dance, a gentle rhythm that moves through space and time, quietly unfolding in its own way. As we look at the stars, we are reminded that the universe is not just an abstract concept. It is something we are a part of. The light that reaches us from distant stars connects us to the very heart of the cosmos. It is a reminder that we are not alone in the vast emptiness of space. We are connected to the stars, to the galaxies, and to everything that exists in the universe, not by force or power, but by the quiet, steady passage of light. This connection is not just physical, it is also emotional, spiritual, and intellectual. As we reflect on the journey of light, we come to understand that the universe is not something to be feared, but something to be embraced. It is a vast, peaceful place where time and space move in perfect harmony, and we are part of that harmony. The light that reaches us from the stars is not just a symbol of the distance between us and them. It is a symbol of the connection that exists between all things in the universe. No matter how far apart we may be from the stars, we are still connected by the light, by the time, and by the space that holds us all together. As we near the end of this peaceful journey, let us remember the quiet flow of light. It moves through space and time, gently connecting all that exists. It travels across light years, carrying with it the story of the stars, the galaxies, and the universe. And as it reaches us, it connects us to the past, the present, and the future. Light is the bridge that links us to the cosmos, and through it, we are reminded that we are part of something far greater than ourselves. So, as you drift into sleep, let the gentle journey of light calm your mind. Let the steady, peaceful flow of the universe surround you, knowing that light is always traveling toward us, bringing us closer to the stars. There is no need to rush, for the universe moves at its own pace, and we are a part of that peaceful journey, forever connected by the quiet, steady rhythm of light.